Hello there, my name's Tracy Elsom and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator based in Canada, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to a new year. Hopefully 2021 will be just a bit better than 2020 turned out to be. So today, following previous years, I have decided that I will make an easel calendar using Stampin' Up! Products. So I thought I would show you how I do it, and all the measurements and dimensions, scoring, all that kind of thing will all be in my blog. There'll be a link in the description below so that you can go there and collect all the measurements and things if you want to follow along with this. Meanwhile, I'll just show you how I put it together so that when you look at my blog and my instructions, it will make sense to you. So what I've done to save a little bit of time ahead, I've cut some pieces. So I have some Misty Moonlight card. This is almost a full sheet. As you can see, there's a little bit of scrap there. So what I did was I cut the sheet in half lengthwise. So I have a piece that is 4 1/4 by 11. And then I scored it at, I do it this way, I scored it at 2 1/8 and 5 1/2. So that's going to be the first part of the base. Then I cut from what was left, I cut this piece so that it was 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. This piece is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And this piece is 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. So those are my pieces of card. Then I chose some patterned paper. These are from the Flowers for Every Season. It's a 6 by 6 sheet of paper. So I used a couple of, well, 3 sheets altogether. So first of all, I cut this piece. It's very pretty sunflowers and daisies on one side, but I quite liked this blue pattern. Then from another sheet, I cut this, and it's somewhere. Anyway, I chopped off a piece. This piece is, oh, let me have a look. 3 1/8 by 4 1/2 inches. These two pieces are 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then from what I had left, I actually fussy cut one of the flowers just because I could. So that's that. The other pieces I needed was a piece of brushed metallic cardstock. I absolutely love this cardstock. It's white on the back, but it's really pretty. And it comes in a pack of 3 different colours. So you get that gold, you get a slightly darker gold, and then you get this bronzy colour. So it's almost champagne gold and bronze. So you get 2 sheets of each, 12 by 12. So I've chosen this particular piece, and I have cut this one 2 1/2 by 3 1/2. I also have a piece of ribbon. This is some of the new fine art ribbon, and I don't know if you can see the glitter in that. It's a really soft ribbon. You can feel the metallic threads, but it, you know, as you can see, it moves quite easily. So I just needed about 3 1/2 inches or so of that. I have a 3 by 3 post-it note, and this is a Papermate Inkjoy mini pen, and it's exactly the size I need. So let's get started. Let's put these pieces aside, and I'll show you how I put this together. Now, this post-it notepad, although it's blue, it's actually not the blue I wanted. So I've decided I'm going to do a little bit of alteration on it. So I've got a sponge dauber and my Misty Moonlight ink pad, and I am just tapping the ink along the edge of the post-it notepad, just to darken it up a little bit. And just keep going until you're happy with the colour. Just need to do it on 3 sides because the 4th side, the bit at the top where it's actually all the sticky stuff is, that's going to be hidden, so we don't need to worry about that. Okay, that will do, I think. She says adding a little bit more. Right, so that done. I'll close that up because I know I will put my hands in it. So first of all, let's take this piece of paper. As I said, it's 3 1/8 by 4 1/2. So it's slightly wider than the 3 by 3 post-it note pad, and I'm going to just put that on there so that it's just a little border around the edge. Then I'm going to fold that up, and you can see I'm just using my fingers to press that into place. So now I can just use my fingers to sharpen that. Then all I need to do is put a little bit of glue on. So you've got 3 sections there. You've got the front cover, you've got the back, and then you've got this piece that goes underneath. So I'm just going to put a bit of liquid glue there, and then put this pad back on. I'm going to pick it up just so I can check. Make sure you know which way it opens. You want the hinge part tucked in there like that. Press that down, and there's the front. And then I'm going to add some more liquid glue to the back of this. And on this 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 piece of card, I'm going to stick this on. Just like that. Let's try and make it central. There we go. And that's done. So that piece can go aside. Now to make the actual easel, I take these, let's sharpen them. Because this is card, I would use my bone folder to sharpen these creases, where it wasn't really needed when I did the post-it note pad. So here we have this piece, and then what I'm going to do in this last section here, but before I do that, let's do this first. I'm going to take this paper and I'm going to just mount that onto that piece of card like that. I like using the liquid glue because it gives me time to just move it around if I get it wrong. Now I can go to this piece. So this is where we have the 3 sections. So on this last smaller section, I'm going to put my glue on that. This way I know I'm going to get this in the right place. So with the glue on that section, I'm going to close it. Then I'm going to take this piece of card and I'm going to line it up, make sure it's nice and square, it fits exactly, and then press it down. And as I say, this means I'm not going to stick the wrong piece. So now you can see the easel works like that. It stands up. Of course, it's going to slide down. So now what I want to do is open it up, take this second piece of paper, which is 4 by 5 1/4. I think my glue is almost running out there. We've got enough, I think. And I'm going to place that on that side. So you've got this piece that's stuck to the hinge section, and then open it up and put that inside. So that's that done. Now this is ready to go in. Again, this is really quick to put together once you have actually prepared all your pieces, it goes together so quickly. So there's my post-it note. So now it's there. Getting there fairly quickly. Now to the ribbon. So I'm going to fold that piece of ribbon in half and take my pen and put the pen in there so that it holds it, so I can see where it needs to hold it. Then I am going to use my stapler. I have a Stampin' Up stapler here. And I've just stapled that to it. And in fact, now I've not got the pen in there, I can staple it across. All these staples are going to be hidden, you won't see them. So that's that. Now on top of that, I'm going to stick this piece of card. This is 3 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. That goes on the top, and it hides the staples, as you can see. Oh, a bit of extra glue there. I'll clean that off in a minute. There we go. So that's the only problem with metallic card and foil, is that it does take a little bit for the glue to dry. I'm going to just take that off. Okay, so that's done. Last thing to do is to take my calendar. I bought these, or my daughter bought these for me online. So I'm not quite sure where she got them from. It may be somewhere in the UK. And then she sent them over to me, which was really good of her. And I can put my calendar over the top like that. So you can see that the ribbon is firmly attached, but you can't actually see any of the mechanism for attaching it. So with that done, I'm going to find some Stampin' Dimensionals and use the Stampin' Dimensionals to attach this piece. And the reason being that obviously you've got this bulk here, so by using the Stampin' Dimensionals it will get rid of some of that bulk. There we go. And yes, I used a lot of Stampin' Dimensionals, but to be honest, I don't see the point in skimping. They're a couple of cents each, and I just would rather use a couple of extra Stampin' Dimensionals than have something fall off or have it flimsy and buckling in. So with that done, I'm going to now fix this. Oops. Let's put the pen in. And the reason I'm going to do that is it will allow me to decide exactly where to place the calendar. Yep, that's kind of where I want it to go. So that's done. I'm going to take my pretty flower and decide where I want to put that. I think I might put it just down there. So again, with a little bit of liquid glue. This isn't going to take any strain or stress, so it doesn't need a lot of glue. I'm just going to stick that on there like that. So there you go, that's that. And finally, I just want to put a little sentiment on the post-it note pad there. So for that I've chosen Butterfly Gala, and it's a little note. It's a nice little set, this. So I'll go back to my Misty Moonlight pad and stamp that on there. And this is the Label Me Fancy punch. There's a slot, the main punch, and it also punches a little hole. I'm just interested in the main part, so I'm just going to put that in so I can see it. Punch that out, and then a little bit more liquid glue. Top. So there we are. There's my easel calendar for 2021 with a pen, pretty little flowers, and a post-it notepad. So thank you very much for joining me today, January the 1st, 2021. I hope you've enjoyed this project, and if you'd like to see more projects that I create every single day, do make sure you go to my blog. The link is in the bottom description, and click on the link on the blog so that you can get a notification every time a new post is written. You can also subscribe to me here on YouTube, click the little bell, and that way you'll get notification every time I do a new project. Thank you very much again for watching. I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye.